Check. Okay. All right. Now we're good. Junior Lancers versus the Minnesota Green Giants. A giant foot on their logo. I would have gone with Bigfoot, Yetis, Sasquatch. Anyway. Referee giving me a look with the microphone on. All right, boys, finishing up here as we're about to start the game. A little bit different than we're used to seeing. So they'll play half the game, literally through half the second period, and then they'll clean the ice, and then we'll have another half. So almost a quarter situation, but not quite. Boys picking up the pucks here. So follow-up, we do have an injury report. Carter Vaughn will be out probably the rest of the weekend with a back injury, unfortunately, but still on the sideline helping his teammates out as best he can. Hate to see injuries on the sideline, but they'll recover. Williams in between the pipes this evening. Omaha has a bigger line than the Giants. We'll see what happens on that. My understanding is they are a very good team. So this is more of a process summer league groups that we're playing this weekend than normal seasonal fare, but we'll see what happens. As the boys talking to Coach Kinder right now. Junior Lancers wearing their new white jerseys. And I got to say, from the standpoint of the announcer, I can definitely see their numbers a lot better than I could some of the other ones. So Williams in between the net. Coming out for the Junior Lancers. Severa, Bianchetti, Simard, Lee, and Edwards. Bianchetti going to take drop on this one. Puck drop, kick back, picked up by the Giants. Giants back into the Omaha territory near side. And a hit laid by Simard. Pounds the Thunder to the far side as Lee picks it up, trying to get the clear. Picked up by the Giants. Giants taking a shot, deflected over to the near side by Williams. Giants trying to get it on the near side wall as Edwards trying to kick it out. Picked up by the Giants, a little back and forth as Simard trying to grab it now. Puts him on the wall, help assisted by Bianchetti. Three Giants trying to pick it up, sends it across, and grabbed. Severa almost gets a stick on that one, runs some interference, gets it to Lee. Lee grabs it on the far side in the corner, takes it behind the Omaha net. Gonna hold on to it for a second. Now I will... Talking to the boys a little bit as they came out of the first game, trying to make them understand that they had more time than they realized, that the boys don't need to force plays that weren't there. So we'll see what happens as we are on the Giants side. Severa running some interferences, comes over to the near side. Back over neutral ice. Severa takes a shot as Williams stops that one and picked up on the near side as Edwards trying to kick it on the near side corner. Bianchetti coming in to assist, picked up by the Giants, takes it behind the Omaha net to the far side. Severa trying to get that one on the wall as it goes to the far corner as Lee trying to grab it, getting some help from Bianchetti, pushing it over to the near side. Grabbed by the Giants in the corner on the near. Simard trying to get a hold of it now. Gets it right out as Severa kicks it high and gets the clear as it's kicked back over. Forces the reset for the Giants and Edwards kicks it back over. Giants tries to get a hold of it and Omaha is going to be called for icing on that one, although it was right in front of one of the Giants players. As we go back over to the Omaha side with 15:24 left. Coming in for Omaha, we're going to have Crinklaw, Pruce, Evans, Marble, and Elkins. Evans talking to the referee right now about something. Some sort of equipment adjustment there. Pucked back, kicked back, picked up by Omaha. Up top high. Omaha gets a clear. Elkins grabs it. He's going to take that back over to the Giants side. He gets hit into the boards, gets it out to Crinklaw. Puck in front of the net, but grabbed by the Giants, takes it over to the far side, back in Omaha territory. Brody got his puck on that one as it gets high into the glass. Got the slowdown, but the Giants taking it back in, deflects over to the far side corner. Pruce going after it now, trying to get over to Elkins. Pruce and Elkins trying to team up on that one. Still drifting over to center ice, back across to the near side corner now. Goes back behind the net. Pruce staying on it. Loses a little sight of it, but grabbed by Marble. Marble gets a good pass up top, but grabbed by the Giants and kicked back out by Evans. Evans to Elkins. Elkins across, trying to get that shot across, but grabbed by the Giants. Giants brings it over to the near side of Omaha. Takes a shot, and nice hit by Marble. Levels him as he was going in for a shot and deflected back out by Bruce. Gets it over to Crinklaw. Crinklaw back over into the Giants' territory over to the far side. He's going to hold on to it with a backwards shot, but couldn't quite pull it off as it goes far over to the near side corner. Giants get the clear as Zach gets it. Zach trying to push that one forward as Giants colliding right at the red line, and a stop of play called by the referee. Saying too many men on the ice for Omaha. Too many defenders on the Omaha side on that one, it looks like. Little miscommunication happened. Maybe too many skaters trying to figure it out, as he said 6 men on the ice. I only count 5. Lee, Edwards. Zach was out there. Coming out is Samard. But they're saying too many men on the ice for Omaha. Even Omaha scratching their head on this one. Omaha now on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. 14:07 left. Comes over to the near side. Lee trying to grab all of it. Goes in front of the net, deflected by Williams. Comes over to the near side as Lee trying to get the clear. Grabbed up top by the Giants. Green Giants send it across to the far side. Ho, ho, ho. I'm sorry, I had to say it once. Comes across as Williams get the clear to Lee. Lee on the near side corner holds on to it, trying to get the clear. Gets up top by the Giants. Giants holding on to it. Trying to get a pass. Deflected over to the far side. Grabbed by the Giants behind the net over the near. 1:30 left on the penalty kill for Omaha. Giants takes it across over to the far side. Takes a shot deflected by Williams over to the near side. Up top with near side again as Giants trying to hold on again. Takes it across. Backwards pass. Deflected as Lee tried to go over. Loses his stick on that one. Decides he's going to hit him. And as he does, Busher takes it forward. Back into their territory. Still on the far side, neutralized. Giants take it back to their own territory. Come out neutral, onto the far. Pruce deflects as it goes back behind the Omaha net. Back to the far side via Edwards. Deflected as Sever trying to run some interference. Back over. Giants trying to hold on to. Takes a shot high into the safety net. Stop a play with 39 left on the penalty kill. 12:47 left in the period. No score. Puck over to the far side of Omaha. Coming in for Omaha. Crinklaw, Pruce. Can't see a number. Marble. And Evans. Puck deflected over the near side. Picked up as the puck goes high off the glass. And Pruce is slow to get up on that one. Got his bell rung a little bit, but off on his own accord. Glad to see. And cross-checking called on the Giants for that one. 39. Clock wasn't running for that 10 seconds there. So they just put Omaha out for another. Referee's trying to get the adjustment there. That should be a 30-second on Omaha's penalty kill. I don't think they know how to fix their scoreboard at this point. There we go, 39. At least it's 39. Puck deflected, grab by the goaltender on that drop. .157 left on the even strength. 36 seconds left on Omaha's penalty kill with 12:44 left. Putt deflected, down, 4v4. So it goes back in Omaha territory. Icing called on the Giants. And for Omaha, Marble, Edwards, Crinklaw, and Evans. Near side, Giants. 29 seconds left on the PK for Omaha. Puck drop over to the near side. Goes high. Hits the crossbar. Back to the far side corner. Picked up by the Giants. Up top. Omaha takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender over to the near side. Still in the corner. Crinklaw trying to get a stick on it. Couldn't quite grab it as it goes into the near. Picked up by Marble. Marble holding on to it for Omaha up top to Crinklaw. Crinklaw sending one across to the far side to Edwards. Edwards at the red line. Going to try to bury that one deep. Picked up by the Giants at center. Back across in their own territory. Giants take it across center ice. Back across again to the far side. Lee going after it in the corner. Deflecting by Lee. Lee trying to get a stick on that one. Got a man on him as he buries it back behind the Omaha net over to the near side. Picked up by Edwards. Edwards trying to get that over as Crinklaw trying to get a hold of it. Busher trying to step in to get that hold of this one. Still got a man on it, but Busher comes out with it, gets it to Crinklaw. Crinklaw holding on to it. Passes across the ice to the far side. Trying to get that to Lee. Puck still in play for Omaha. I don't think that was offsides. That puck never crossed the blue line. Not sure what he's calling on that. Tripping? All right. Tripping on Omaha. Not sure I agree, as it looks like Crinklaw is going to go in for tripping. And Omaha down a man for another 2 minutes with 4v4 for 43 seconds on that first penalty by the Giants. 11:30 left in the period. No score if you're just joining. Lee, Samard, Bianchetti, and Pruce in for Omaha. Puck up top, hits Bianchetti. Bianchetti gets it across, deflects by Samard, grabbed by the Giants. Minnesota taking it back over the blue line. And offsides called on the Giants. 11:16 left in the period. No change in line. Samard taking drop. Kicks it back, picked up by Lee. Lee across to Pruce. Pruce sends that. Nope, he's going to hold on to it. Takes it across the blue line, back over to Lee. Lee taking it back over. Center ice. Across to the far side. Going to bury it deep behind the net of the Giants. Goaltender out there to get it. So Omaha trying to sneak in to get that one. Giants trying to get that back across. Inadvertently passes that over to Samard. Samard gets it off the board. Gets his own rebound over to Pruce. Pruce taking that across to the... I'm sorry. Not Pruce. Lee was taking that one. Back over to the near side. Giants now full strength. Bianchetti keeps it in play for Omaha. Stays on the man. Comes in, takes a shot deflected by the goaltender as he was going down into the corner. Giants coming across the blue line. Back into Omaha territory. Near side. Lee going after it. Got one man on him. Lee staying on it. Swings around and hits the puck. Deflects that one. Picked up by Samard. Gets it back over into Giant territory. Green Giants get it back over neutral. Back in Omaha territory. Comes over to the near side and a good poke check by Pruce. Keeps it in the near side corner. Trying to deflect in front of the net. Deflected by Williams. Over to the near side. Back behind the net. Over to the near side, I should say. Is Lee going to get the clear. Gets it off the boards. Back into Giant territory. And Omaha is going to call in for a change with 20 seconds left on the PK for Omaha. And a good reach by Busher. Grabs it over the blue line. Kicks it back over the red line. On the far side. He's going to take that back over to the near side. Samard going after it. Check that. Pruce gets it. Going to sail that back over into Giant territory. Goaltender grabs it as the rest of the Omaha line going to get a change in. Back behind the net we go. Over the far side corner. Grabbed by the Giants. Going to come out and clear it. Comes over to the near side. Giants take it on the near. Passes it in front of the net. Deflects over to the far side. Puck in the corner. Busher trying to get all of that one. Back over to the far. Zach gets a hold of it. Passes up top to Holder. Holder to Busher. Busher to Holder. Little back and forth as they're running some poke checking. Deflected as Marble gets a hold of that one. On the far side, deflected back behind the net. Up top, Holder gets hold of it. Trying to get that one off as the Giants grab it. Both teams now full strength. And a glove save by Williams. 8:47 left in the period. Is that a quarter? Yeah. Something got chucked off. I don't know if it was a rock or a quarter off the ice. Busher taking drop. Puck deflected. Still in the dot. Busher grabs it. Takes this one forward. Trying to get off the boards. Does. Clears it for Omaha. Taking that back forward. Over to the near side. Zach going after it. Trying to pass in front. Deflected. Grabbed by the Giants. Giants taking it back over to neutral territory. Held on right at the blue line, though. Comes over to the near side. Westman staying on him. Good back check by Busher. Deflected to the far. Marble deflects to the wall. Getting over to Zach. Zach trying to pass forward to the near side. Trying to get that one to Westman. Off back into Omaha territory. Grab by Marble. Marble off the far side. Back into Giant territory. Giants forced to play this one. Evans going after it on the near side of Giants. Giants get the clear. Back over to Omaha territory. 8 minutes left in the period. Westman gets it. Takes it behind the net to the far side. Deflected by Zach. Over the blue line. Back over the red line. Giants miscue. Takes it back into their own territory. Evans going after it in the near side corner. Giants get the clear. Back over to neutral. Picked up by Westman. Westman shoots that one across over. Trying to hit Elkins. Elkins takes it over the red line. Kicks one back at the goaltender, just a little to the right. Picked up in the corner by the Giants. Takes it behind the net. Over to the near side. Giants battling on the wall now. It's Omaha trying to push this one. Edwards trying to kick it back over the blue line to get it over neutral. And a poke check by Lee. Edwards staying out on the near side. Back check by Evans. Pushes it as a good cover. And stop by Williams. 7:08 left in the period. Evans going to take drop. Joined by Crinklaw, Elkins, Edwards, and Lee. Puck drop deflected, picked up by Lee. Lee gets it off the glass and sails one at the goaltender. Omaha called for icing on that one. Even the goaltender had kind of stopped it. Just saying. Anyway, back over to the Omaha side. .702 left in the period. Bianchetti going to take drop on this one. Deflected, near side. Bianchetti picks it up. Gets one forward to Samard. Samard trying to get the breakaway. Does. Gets it back over into green territory. Trying to pass to Bianchetti. Comes over to the near side. Deflected. Still in the corner. Picked up. Bianchetti grabs it. Takes it to the far side. Samard trying to assist. Still on the far wall. 2v2 at that point. Comes out. Grabbed. Comes up top. Was trying to hit. Edwards grabs it. Edwards takes it back in. Buries that deep at the red line. Into Giant territory, goes over to the far side. Comes over to the far. Giants trying to get it, comes over, deflected by Williams. Edwards grabs it. Goes behind the net. Bianchetti gets it off his skate. As Edwards grabs it, goes over to the far. Deflected, and just sneaks one in on that one. Had a man right in front of the net on that. And Omaha down by 1 with 6:10 left in the first period. Coming out, Severa, Bianchetti, Samard, Marble, and Pruce. Bianchetti kicks it over to the near side. Samard battling it. Still nobody's got full possession. Comes over to the near wall. And a nice hit by Samard. Hits him right into the glass. Back to the far side. Omaha trying to get it. Gets it Bianchetti. Bianchetti holds on to it. He's got Samard to his right. Got 2 men on him, though. Still comes over to the Giants' side. Comes on the near. Omaha tries to push him into the wall. Severa trying to go after it now on the near side of Omaha. Gets it out. Pruce grabs it. Bruce holding on to it. He's going to take that one across. Gets it to Bianchetti. Bianchetti taking it across. Omaha draws the penalty. Williams out. Comes over to the near side. And Omaha going to be up a man for 2 minutes. 5:31 left in the period. Back over to the Giants side. Coming out, Busher, Crinklaw, Lee, Edwards, and Evans. Far dot, Giants. Puck drop. Picked up. Evans trying to push that over to the near side. Comes behind the net. Evans trying to send it up top. Couldn't quite connect. Goes back into Omaha side. Williams gets it. Gets it to Edwards. Edwards holds it behind the net, looking to set something up. Omaha still on the power play for a minute 45. Comes over to the near side. Picked up by Evans. Evans taken over to center ice. Back over in the green side. Giants trying to hold on to it. Gets it over to Lee. Lee trying to skate over. Little collision there with Crinklaw, but holds on to it. Comes over to the far side. Edwards trying to take a shot. Gets deflected. Omaha forced a reset. Picked up by Busher. Busher trying to pass it back to Lee. Had a man on him, though. Lee holds on to it. Kicks it back. 1:18 left. Omaha trying to slow it down a little bit. Coaches it saying set something up. Edwards holds on to it. Gets the pass over to Evans. Evans trying to hold on to it. Got a man on him, though. Edwards with a good snap. Gets it out to Evans. Evans to Lee. Lee taking over to the far side. Comes in, trying to pass to Evans. Deflected back to him. Sends it over to the near side to Edwards. Edwards taking a shot low. Almost got a good tip drill on that one. Back to the far side. Crinklaw holding on to it. Nope, check that. Trying to get a shot in. Crinklaw does. Deflected by the goaltender over the near side. 42 seconds left on the power play for Omaha. Puck tense, deflected over to the far side corner. Giants trying to get a clear. But goes over to Omaha's side. Held on as Williams gets it to Edwards. Edwards holding on to it. Eddie gets it over to Lee. Bobby taking it far side. Gets it over to Crinklaw. Magnus taking it over the red line, over to the near side. Gets a poke check, though. Picked up by Elkins. Back to the far side as Colton gets it over to Severa. Parker taking that to the far side. Bianchetti taking it. Crinklaw grabbing it. Gianni trying to grab it again as they're going to take it back over. Right into Omaha territory. Near side is almost trying to get the change. Comes in for a shot off the crossbar. Fortunate for Omaha as Severa trying to poke check that one over. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Takes another shot and a good glove save by Williams on that one. 3:16 left in the period. If you're just joining us, Omaha down by 1. Bianchetti going to take drop, joined by Samara, Severa, Westman, and Bruce. Puck up top, takes the shot, deflected over to the near side. Samard grabs it, trying to get off the boards, gets the clear. They shovel it back in Omaha territory, and offsides called on the Giants. 3:06 left in the period. Bianchetti going to take drop on this one. Puck drop, comes over to the near side, back to the far. Grabbed by the Giants, going to bury it deep in Omaha territory behind the net. Puck on the near side, grabbed by Samard. Samard to the far. Samard holding on to it, takes it to the far side. Deflected over to Severa. Severa to Bianchetti. Bianchetti trying to flip it over the line. Omaha forces a reset, does. Back over to the near side corner. Grabbed by the Giants behind their own net. Giants going to try to get a clear. Sailing that back over, and icing called on the Giants on that one. Had a little too much on that with 2:39 left in the period. Omaha trailing by 1. Fairly even game, fairly clean for the most part. Westman, Pruce, Busher, And reflections everywhere on the glass. Puck over to the near side. Grabbed by the Giants. Deflected, forced over the far, picked up by Busher. Busher going over. Got Thomas on his right. Looking to pass again to Zach. Deflects behind the net. Thomas going after it. Puck deflected over to the far. Near. Picked up by the Giants back over to Omaha territory. Comes over, shot taken, deflected by Williams. Pass in front of the net, deflected by Thomas. Picked up top by the Giants. Giants come in for a shot. Wide left over to the far side. Just a bit outside. Deflected, grabbed by Busher. Busher trying to pass. Ends up getting his own pass. Comes over as Thomas gets the clear. Gets it back over again. As Westman sends it over to Thomas. Thomas deflects. Back over to the near side. Back behind the Omaha net to the far. Picked up by Pruce. Pruce getting it off the glass. Almost takes the head off of the referee. Evans trying to get hold of that with Elkins. Comes back over to Omaha territory. Picked up by the Giants. High off the crossbar again to the far side. Pruce trying to get a clear off the skate of one of the Giants. Comes over to the near side. Giants holding on to it on the near side. Sales went across. Got a man on him. Sprinkler almost gets a hold of that. Over to the far side corner of Omaha. Pruce trying to get it. Got a man on him trying to get a hold of it as well as he reaches out to grab it. Stopped in front of the net. Picked up. Grabbed by Elkins. Elkins going to take it out of the zone. Back into their territory as the Giants trying to stay on him in the far side corner. Elkins gets pushed into the boards as Krinklaw grabs it behind the net. Comes over, shot taken, deflected, goaltender can't get a hold of it. Krinklaw almost had that one. 55 seconds left in the period. Comes over to the near side. Edwards gets it right at the Omaha blue line. Sends it over to the near side. Picked up. Edwards going to push this one forward back into their zone. Near side as Edwards keeps pushing it into the near side corner. Back over to the far. Picked up by one of the defenders. And a shot attempt taken. Deflected over to the near side. They're going to, grabbed by Evans. Goaltender stops it with about 32 seconds left in the period. Good attempt on the shot. Couldn't capitalize yet. Puck on the near side of the Giants. Evans going to take drop. Puck drop, deflected back. Picked up. Grabbed as Lee takes a shot, deflected, open in front of the net. Comes over to the near side, grabbed by the Giants. Omaha keeps it in play on the near side. Goes back into the corner. I think Edwards kept that in play for Omaha as it goes back over to the far side. Elkins trying to run some interference on that. Picked up by Lee. Lee's going to kick it back and bury it deep behind their net with 8 seconds left. Should be about the end of the period. Yep, he's just going to hold on to it. Just take the walk-off. And that's the end of the first period. Omaha trailing by 1. As we take a quick break, and I'm going to rest my voice for just a minute here. All right, started from up center. As they go back over to the Omaha side, far side. Edwards gets a hold of it. Good poke check by Edwards. On the far side wall, Omaha trying to get a clear. Comes over. Omaha able to clear it as it goes back over onto the Giants side. Giants forced to take it behind their own net. Severa trying to get a hold of that one. Goes back behind the net. They're going to try to bring it over to the far side. The Giants trying to go out. Comes over center ice. Ice Monster got him on that one. Goes back in Omaha. Good stick by Williams. Sends it over to the far side. Samard gets it. Sends one high. He knocks it down. And it hits one of the players on the side. Stop a play called. Puck back over to the Omaha side on that one. Bianchetti looks like he's going to take drop. Puck back, picked up. Comes over up top, picked up by the Giants. Giants back to the near. Holding on up top, takes a shot, deflected by Williams. Puck still loose. Back behind the net it goes, over to the far side. Picked up by Samard. Samard trying to get it. Williams had a save, 2 saves there. Comes over to the near side. Back up top, Omaha gets the clear. Samard with a good stick, deflects that one. He's going after it in the far side corner of the Giants. Trying to stay on it, can't get it a hold. The Severa gets it. Just a little bit ahead of himself on that one as it goes over to the near side. Back into Omaha territory, deflects to the far. Samard trying to get a hold of it. Deflected up to the far wall again. Grabbed by the Giants. 7:07 left. Again, we're on this half period at this point. Bianchetti going to take it back over to their zone. Over to the near side, trying to pass. Deflected, back over to the near side. Minnesota trying to get a hold of it. Minnesota on the near side. Ian Zach trying to get, Holder trying to get that one. Back over to the near side again. Grabbed by Marble. Deflected, grabbed again by the Giants. Over to the near side. Sales went across to the far in neutral territory. Severa going after it. Deflects one. Deflected again. Nice stop there by Williams. Over to the far side corner. Puck still loose in front of the net. Williams forced to cover that one. Nice job by Williams. 6:28 left in the half. And it's going to take me a while to get used to saying half a period, as they're going to clean the ice after the half if you're just joining us for the weekend. Very weird. I'm not used to saying it. Yeah. Puck deflected over to the far side. Up top. Giants trying to take a shot. Goes high. Back over to the far side corner. Grabbed by the Giants on the near side. Deflecting and stopped by Williams again. Over to the far side. Bruce trying to get a hold of it. Back behind the net it goes over to the near side. Thomas trying to get it now. Still on the near side. Can't quite see who's got it at this point as it comes over. Grabbed by Omaha. Busher gets it. He's going to bury that one deep behind the net of the Giants. Goes after his own pass off the wall. Giants grab it in the corner. Get some help there from Thomas. Thomas trying to pass in front. Nobody home. Comes over to the near side. Deflected high. Back over to the near side. Marble going after it. As it going back home to Omaha territory. Poke checked into the wall. Omaha trying to get that control they need. Deflected again. Omaha stopping it. Goes behind the net. Comes over to the near side. Giants grab it. Comes in front. Deflected again as Bruce runs some interference. Deflected again and stopped. And cover by Williams. 5:24 left in the period. Change on the line coming up as I see Elkins, Evans, Crinklaw. Puck deflected over to the near side. Picked up by the Giants up top. Takes a shot wide left. Deflected. Crinklaw trying to get it. Picked up by Edwards. Edwards trying to get that to Lee. Deflected again. Comes up top. Grabbed by Crinklaw. He's going to get the clear. Comes over to neutral. Back into the Giants' territory. Sends that back behind the net of the Giants. Picked up as Omaha trying to get it, and a cover by the goaltender on that ricochet with 5:01 left in the half. Puck near side of the Giants. Check that far side. No change on the line. But drop kick back, picked up by Edwards. Edwards trying to get that pass across, couldn't quite connect. Comes across, and the Giants send it back over to him at neutral. Edwards gets it sent over. Giants force a cover, sends it back to the far corner. Comes over to the near side. Picked up by the Giants. Giants trying to hold on to it. It's Elkin going after it. Running some good interference, getting some help from Crinklaw. Comes on the near side as Lee kicks it back. Picked up. Evans takes a shot. Goaltender covers that one. And a stop of play called with 4:31 left in the period. On this. Puck drop, kick back. Forcing Evans out. Elkin's going to take drop. Puck dropped. Elkins gets it to Evans. Evans takes a shot. Goal! Omaha! And Omaha gets on the board. 4:27 left in the period. Change the line coming out. Severa, Bianchetti, Samard, Pruce, and Westman. Bianchetti trying to hold on to Roma at the red line. Grabbed by the Giants, comes over to the near side. Severa staying on him, getting some assistance. Bianchetti kicking it back over into their zone. Goes over the blue line, back over again to neutral. They're going to bury one deep at Williams, who kicks it over to the near side corner. Bruce going after it. They're going to try to pass in front. Takes a shot, deflected. Williams gets the first one. I think you got the second one there. No indication that they scored. And they did. They did put that one in. Be nice if the referees had some sort of signal to tell you that he scored. Yeah. Puck drops. Omaha down by one. Goes back over to Omaha territory. Back behind the net. Giants trying to pass in front. Deflected. Picked up by Westman. Over to the far. Westman staying on him. Comes over to the near. Picked up by the Giants. On the near side corner. Giants get it behind the Omaha net. Trying to pass in front. Comes over to the near side by Omaha. Trying to get a pass to get the clear. Omaha gets a clear. Back over is Crinklaw going. Sorry, Samard getting it. Trying to get a shot in. Just a bit ahead of himself. He's staying with it. Still loose in front of the net. Trying to take a shot. Still loose. Comes in as Bruce takes a shot. Deflected over to the far side. He was drooling on that one. Deflected by Westman back into the corner. Picked up by the Giants. Comes over to the near side. Giants holding on to it. Taking it back into Omaha territory. Just over the blue line as he whiffs on it a little bit. Back to the far. Back over to the near. Takes a shot deflected by Williams. Another one deflected by Williams. Over to the near side corner. 3 minutes left in the period. Omaha down by one. On the near side. Center ice now. Back across to the far. Westman trying to get a stick on that one. Deflected by Williams to the far corner. Westman getting a hold of it. Trying to pass it on the boards. Picks up the ricochet. Sending one over the near. Omaha gets the clear over to the near side. Severa trying to get a hold of it. Back in the Giants' territory. Giants send it back into Omaha territory. And icing called on the Giants. 2:32 left in the period. Back over to Giants' side. Near side, Giants. Going to have Holder, Busher, Zach, Lee, and Edwards. Busher trying to get a hold of it. Still center. And across. Gets across. Shot taken. Deflected far. Goes back behind the net over the near side. Picked up by the Giants. Giants holding on to it. 2:21 left. Holding on to it. Omaha keeps it in play on the Giants side as Lee gets it. Comes over to the near side corner. Giants trying to grab it. Comes in. Zach come in. Takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender high. Over to the far side. Stopped by Edwards. Edwards kicks it back into the corner. Picked up by the Giants, forced to take it behind their net. Gets it off the boards, over to the near side. Busher was trying to get all of that one as it sails that one across, neutral ice. Back over to the near side of Omaha, miscue for the Giants. In the corner, deflect by Williams, holds on to it again, comes in to take a shot, deflected again, and a glove save by Williams on that one. Good save with 1:49 left in the half. Puck far side. Far side, Omaha. Deflected over to the corner. Picked up by the Giants. Omaha almost got that clear. That would have been a breakaway. Deflected to the far. Lee trying to get a hold of it. Comes over to the near. Picked up top. Omaha brings it out and clears it. And Zach buries that deep at the red line, back behind. And Holder trying to get a hold of it. Picked up on the near side. Busher trying to grab it. Comes into the near side corner, back behind the net, over to the far. Elkins trying to grab it now. Omaha trying to get a pass in front as Krinklaw gets it. Gets a backwards pass to Lee. Lee takes a shot low. Deflected. Puck still loose. Grabbed by Edwards. Edwards comes in, takes a shot low. Wide right. Comes in. Omaha grabbing it now on the far side corner. Comes up top to Edwards again. Takes a shot again low. Almost got that just right arc off the goaltender's stick on that one. Goes behind the net. Giants trying to get all of it. 1 minute left in the period. Comes over to the near side. Picked up by Elkins. Elkins sails it over to the far. Trying to get his Krinklaw. Couldn't quite get a stick on that one, but icing called on the Giants as we come back over to their side with 43 seconds left. So 43 seconds, they'll clean the ice. We'll have a little break, and then we'll have another half a period and another period. I'm trying to figure out a little communication out there. Like to see that as Evans taking the drop, kicks it back, picked up to Krinklaw. Krinklaw up top, gets that over to Marble. Marble kicks it over to the near side to Pruce. Pruce sends it behind the net, picked up by the Giants. 35 seconds left, picked up again by Omaha. Evans back up top, gets it to Pruce. Pruce takes a shot low, deflected. One of the skates got it. Comes over across as Evans grabs it again, takes a shot again, high left. Picks it up by Pruce up top again. Pruce coming in, takes a shot again low. Tip drill attempt again. Good job by Omaha as Evans comes in, takes a shot. Puck still loose. Goaltender covers that one. 16 seconds left. Good pressure there by the Omaha. Good pressure there by the Omaha team in general. Forwards, everybody. Good attempt at some tip drills. Kept it low, trying to knock it in. Great job. Evans going to take drop. Going to have Busher on his left. Krinklaw on his right. Puck goes over to Busher. Busher up top to Pruce. Pruce with an arcer. Glove saved by the goaltender on that one. 13 seconds left. Evans again. Puck deflected back. Picked up. Krinklaw takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender on that one. Over to the far side. 8 seconds left. Back on as it goes high. Omaha grabs it. Great job. Reach up by Busher. Comes over to the far. Comes over and near. Bruce going. And that's the end of the period. And Omaha down by 1 as we go into half. And they're going to clean the ice. We're going to take a little break. And we'll be back here in about 10-15 minutes. Thank you, everyone. All right, coming back for the second half of the second period. Second half of the game, too, I guess. Puck over to the near side. Back in front of the net, deflected over the near corner, picked up by Omaha. Comes back over as he was trying to backwards pass, couldn't quite connect. Wide left as it goes to the far corner. Picked up as Holder trying to get a hold of it. Holder trying to send that one back. Omaha gets the clear, picked up by the Giants. Giants kicking it back over to the near side. Lee trying to go after it now in the corner as they're going to go back behind the net, deflected. And Edwards helps his teammate Williams keep that one out as he covers it. 7:55 left in the half. Omaha's going to get a change in. Samard, Bianchetti, Severa coming out. Puck deflected over near side. Takes a shot. Deflected wide right. Giants trying to take a shot again. Deflected by Williams. Over to the far side is Bruce forcing that. Bruce trying to grab a hold of that one. Send it back over. I think Liga got a hold of that one. Comes over to the near side. Omaha trying to get the clear. Grabbed by the Giants. Omaha does get the clear on that one. Comes over to the near side is Severa trying to run some interference. Puck on the near side. Lee couldn't get a stick on it. Goes over to the near side corner as Edwards going after it now. DePoke checks that one into the near side corner. Puck behind the net of Omaha. Over to the far. Picked up by the Giants up top. Sends one back. Deflected. As he does, Samar going after him, throwing after. Comes in to take a shot. Oh, deflected by the goaltender and stopped by the referee right at the dot on the far side of the Giants. Giants grab it and taking it back over to the Omaha territory. Good attempt there by Samar. Puck back behind the Omaha net. Bianchetti trying to get a hold of that one. Get some help as Samard lies a hit. Comes over to the near side, up top. Picked up by the Giants. Takes a shot. Saved by the bar on that one. Goes over to the far side. Giants up on the blue. Comes over to the near. Back into the corner behind the net. Stop a play called. What do you call on that one? I couldn't quite see it. Got no info. Today's coffee brought to me by the machine outside, as there's no vending other than the machine. But it was $1. It's decaf. Okay, I can talk again. Puck behind the Omaha net, back over to the far side. Picked up by the Giants. Giants trying to hold on to it, but Omaha runs some interference. Comes over across in front, deflected by Williams to the far corner. Giants take another shot again, deflected back into the corner again. It's cyclical at this point as Evans going after it now. Good job as Omaha runs some interference. Krinklaw trying to reach out and grab it back in the far side corner. So Omaha deflects over to the far, back to the near. Picked up by the Giants in the corner. He's going to dance with that one, trying to go behind the Omaha net. Back to the far. It's Krinklaw trying to get a stick on that one. Deflects back over. Krinklaw got a hold of it, couldn't maintain as it goes back behind the net. Over to the near. Somebody lost a stick. It's Krinklaw on that one. Deflected by Williams as it goes back over, and they're going to say that the Giants touched it. Krinklaw was trying to get off the ice, but he was close to it. Elkins going after it now. Comes over to the far side. Krinklaw trying to reach out to grab it. Back on the far wall. Picked up. Grabbed by Evans. Comes in, takes a shot. Couldn't quite connect on that one. Just a little bit ahead of the ice. Doesn't seem to be dragging as well as it could. Deflected. Evans got a hold of it just wide left. Picked up again, deflected again as Bruce trying to step in, holds onto it for Omaha, comes in for a shot, wide right, goes over to the far side. As Marble gets a hold of it, and Giants couldn't grab it, picked up again by Elkins, comes over in front, takes a shot, wide left. Elkins gets the rebound, check that, they get a clear on that one. Bruce was trying to get it at the blue line, couldn't hold on to it as it goes over into their territory, picked up by Marble. 4:57 left in the half of period. Back across the ice. Deflected as Krinklaw gets it in the far corner. Omaha's getting a change in on this one. He's just trying to slow him down at this point. Comes over to the near side, and he's getting some help from Busher in the near corner. Kick back over to the near wall. Picked up by the Giants. Deflected back over to neutral. Back into Omaha territory. As Marble trying to lay a hit. Puck behind the net over the far side. Marble lost a stick on that one. Going after it. Picked up as Busher trying to get that over to Thomas. Deflected, picked up by Zach, deflected to the far wall. Just a little miscue on that one. Right idea. Back to the far wall as the Giants trying to get it. Lee was trying to get a stick on that one. Giants trying to come across and deflected to the near side by Bruce. Omaha trying to get a clear now as Giants trying to hold on to it up top on the near side. Picked up as Bruce staying on him, gets the clear and sends it back over to their territory. Going to call Omaha for icing on that one. Puck went between two of the Giant players who didn't reach out for it, just saying. Anyway, on the near side. Omaha territory, 3:48 left in the second half of the second period. Puck deflected, Omaha going after it. Giants get a hold of it, back to the far. In front, Williams trying to cover it. Deflected again as Williams blocks 3 or 4 shots attempts on that one. Puck onto the near side as Giants trying to get a hold of it. Sails it over, Omaha trying to get it. Samard gets it, gets the clear, gets it over to Severa. Severa coming over to the near side. Back at center ice. Gets some assistance as Lee trying to go in. And Lee gets taken out into the wall. No calls on that one. Comes over to the near side. The Giants coming out of the zone with it. Back into Omaha territory. On the far is Edwards. Trying to stay onto it. Comes over to the near. Puck clears the playing surface and stop a play called. 3:05 left in the period. Looks like we have a player down right now. One of the Giants players down. He is getting up on his own accord, though, fortunately. A little slow, but he is up. Giants coach coming out for him. He's up. Hate to see a player get hurt. I don't see how that could be a penalty when Bobby didn't get one called against his defender over here, so. I'm never a fan of just because a player got hurt, a penalty should be called. Referee's talking. Not really sure what penalty should be called at this point. Doesn't look like they're going to call one. I don't think there should have been one. I'm not a referee. I don't have legal advice. But I have a piece of land if anybody's interested in buying. Anyway, over to the near side, picked up top, grabbed by the Giants, sends it over to the far side, against the wall. Back to the corner, behind the Omaha net. Giants trying to push it over to the near side. Buck on the near side, Giants trying to get it, grabbed. Is that Edwards gets it? Trying to get it over the far side. Edwards had it. Poke check, though. Had 3 men on him. Gets it back over again to Edwards. Edwards going to take it out of the zone. Buries it deep into Giant territory. 4:40 left in the period. Puck behind the net as Bianchetti tries to get it. He gets hit hard up top. Comes over to the near side. Sever trying to get a hold of that one. Puck on the near side. Westman staying on him. Deflected. Gets a good back check there. I think Bianchetti got that one. Back to the far side. Omaha trying to stay in it. Comes up top, takes a shot, goes wide left. Good stop. I think Williams got a hold of that one as it goes back into Giant territory. Giants there to get it in the corner with some help from Samard and Bianchetti. Comes over, taking in front of their own net. Giants taking it back into their own territory. Back into Omaha territory now. Takes a shot wide left, deflected. As he does, Omaha trying to get all of it. Getting some help there as comes out, Severa has it. He's got one man to beat. Takes a shot, deflected high. Goaltender kind of lost sight of it. Krinklaw came in, tried a backward shot, couldn't pull that off. He had a man on him. Back over to the far side. Deflected again by Krinklaw, slows him down. They get it back in Omaha territory. Over in the far side corner of Omaha. Back behind the net it goes. Marble trying to get all of it. Poke checks that one out, comes over to the near side. Proust coming out with the zone with it. Got one man to beat. Loses control of the puck, though. Comes over to the near side. Grabbed by the Giants, who poke checked that one back in Omaha territory. 1:22 left in the period. Deflected behind the Omaha net. Comes over to the near side. Giants holding on to it, bringing it over the near side. Up top. Omaha trying to get a hold of that possession. Just went cyclical around the whole rink. Can't quite see what's happening behind the reflection. As goes to the far side of Omaha. Deflected. Williams keeps that one out of the net. Comes over to the near side. Thomas trying to go after it. 1 minute left in the period. Thomas got a hold of it. Elkins got a hold of it. When I can't see the name or numbers, I look for the hair. And 2 of them have long hair. And a really bad reflection on the glass. 52 seconds left in the period. Looks like Omaha's going to change some guys out here. Busher going to take drop. Puck drop. Busher trying to kick it back. Omaha sends it over the far side. Back into their territory with 45 seconds left. Sails one back over to neutral. Back in Omaha territory. Marble going after it. As Edwards covers it with 39 seconds left in the period. Near side Omaha. Busher taking drop. Puck deflected. Still standing. Goes back behind the net. Picked up by Lee. Lee dancing with it. Looking to pass. Back behind the net. Picked up by Lee again. Comes over to the near side of the Giants. Sorry, that was Proust taking that out. Over to the far side. Gets it off the boards. Proust trying to hold on to it. Just getting a hold of it, but it looks like one of the Giants is going into the sin bin for 2 minutes with 15.8 seconds left in the period. Check that, looks like Holder and one of them. So it's even strength, excuse me for my hiccup. Busher going to take drop on this one. That drop kick back, picked up right away by Marble. Marble to Proust. Proust in Omaha territory. Trying to get it, does, over the blue line. Battle at the blue line with 7 seconds left back in Omaha territory. Proust there to get it first. Proust is just going to hold on to it. That's the end of the period. As we go down by 1 into the 3. Excuse me while I take a water break and rest the voice. And we're back. Puck deflected up top, picked up by the Giants, takes it over the far side. Westman going after. Takes it behind the net. Kicks one off, trying to get that one over to Edwards. Edwards on the near side. Poke check as they come in, takes a shot. Near side, Omaha. Busher going to take drop. Puck kicked back, picked up by the far side and grabbed. Omaha trying to get a holder, got it. Kicks it over, picked up by Edwards. He's going to bring it out of the zone over to the near side. Back and bury it deep. Going after behind the net. Busher gets it behind the net, comes over to the near side corner. Somebody got hit there. I'm not sure who. Can't quite see what's going on. Still on. Back in front of the net of the Giants. Omaha holding on to it. Takes it back over to the near side. Takes a shot, deflected by the goaltender over to the far side. Thomas trying to get. Goes back over, picked up by the Giants. Ice Monster got one. Westman kicks it back into the near side corner. Sorry, far side corner, picked up by the Giants. Looking up top. Giants holding on to it. Comes in, takes a shot. Stopped by Williams. 15:46 left in the game. Omaha down by 1. Bianchetti, Samard, Cruz, Severa, and Marvel in for Omaha. Puck deflected over to the near, back behind the net over to the far side. Picked up by the Giants, who shoots back over to the far side. Shoots that one behind the net, far left, goes back behind the net. Marvel trying to go after it. Trying to get that. They pushing that forward. Goes high, back. Bianchetti going after it behind the Omaha net, over to the far side. He's going to clear it. And icing's probably, icing's going to be called on Omaha. Far side with Bianchetti taking drop on this one. Puck held on right at the. They get up top. Severa holds on to it. He's going to come out. Trying to get it across. Does. Gets it on, but couldn't maintain. He had a man on him. Giants taking over to the near side. Good stick by Bruce. Stays on him. Takes it over to the far side. Is Bianchetti going after it. Takes a shot. Stop. Gets the clear. Gets the. And they're saying keep playing. 14:41 left in the period. Puck on the near side. Omaha trying to hold on to it. Comes up near side. Comes in. Takes a shot. 14:22 left in the period. .22 left. Omaha down by 1. Evans going to take drop. Deflected over to the hand save by the player. Drops it. Krinklaw grabs it. Takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender over the near side. Back. Omaha trying to grab it. Comes over in front of the net. Goaltender ends up covering it. It's like, I'm surprised, but it looks like one of their players. Gonna be up a player for that one. I think he got roughing as Krinklaw was trying to shovel it in, and he came and pushed him. Picked up. Omaha grabs it. as Lee was holding on to it on the wall. Trying to send it up top, or sorry, in the back to the far. Busher. Omaha trying to hold on, comes up as Edwards holds it back to Lee. Lee takes a slap shot, fires that one. Trying to get that across to Lee again. Lee holds on to it, comes in, takes a shot low, deflected by one of the Giants. Giants deflects into the wall. Lee sailing one across, trying to hit Edwards. Edwards gets it off the boards. They grab that one though. Miscues on that one though, and Busher. Lee shoveling that back to the far side. Omaha trying to pass in front. Lee takes a shot. Just a little high. Great idea by Omaha on that one. Comes over to the near side. Giants trying to get the clear back over to Omaha territory. As he does, great job. And they scored that one. Good first job, but he got the second one as Williams just couldn't quite stop that. Omaha down by 2. There they go. They hadn't changed the score yet. I was like, what's going on? Anyway. Omaha down by 2. Puck deflected over the far side, grabbed by Pruce. Pruce trying to kick over to the near side to Elkins. Elkins going to hold on to it. 12:54 left in the period. Omaha down by 2. Elkins gets the clear. Forces the reset, but they're going to take that one over to the far side corner of Omaha. Bianchetti holding on to it, sends it over to the far side. Grabbed by the Giants, takes a shot, deflected. Back to the far side corner. Held on by Pruce. Pruce holds on, takes it behind the net over the near side, grabs it to Severa. Severa on the near side, gets the clear out, trying to hit that at Samard. Samard trying to ricochet that one off, couldn't quite connect. As the Giants take it back to the far side of Omaha. Grabbed by Bianchetti. Bianchetti says over to the near side of Samard. Samard taking one back over to the near side. It's going to bury it deep into their territory as it goes back behind. Forces the goaltender out of his zone area here. Comes over to the near side. Omaha trying to get it in the near corner. They're going to get a clear and a hit. Nice hit by Pruce. Comes over to the near side. Back to the far. Elkins laying a hit, trying to get a hold of that one. Gets it over to Severa. Severa kicking it back out to Bianchetti. Bianchetti ricochets one off, gets the clear, but grabbed right at center ice, and he miscues that one as it goes over to the near side. Elkins staying on him, forces it clear over to the near side, grabbed by them. As the Giants trying to get it in the near side corner, Samard gets it, sends it to the far to Pruce. Check that to Elkins. Elkins holds on to it. He's going to sail one across, and Omaha going to get called for icing. Omaha down by 2. Zach, Westman, and Holder in for Omaha. Zach going to take in. Puck deflected over to the far side. He whiffs on it. Come in front of the net, deflected over to the near side. Picked up. Couldn't quite hold on. It was a little wobbly. Goes over to the far side of Omaha. Get out of the zone. Back into the Giant zone. Take the goaltender over to the near side. Poke check, pushing that one forward. Omaha it over the blue line. Zach staying on him, gets a hold of it. Couldn't maintain. Holder trying to reach it up at the red line by the Giants. Back in Omaha territory. As Evans and Zach back into the Giant territory. Reverie said the Giants tip the period. Puck grabbed by the Giants, comes over to the near side. Holding on to it as Krinklaw trying to step in and reach out and grab it. Evans gets a stick on it. Blue line. And a stop and cover by Williams on that shot. Push it out. Williams deflects 1, 2. Puck behind the net, comes over to the near side of Krinklaw. Krinklaw trying to hold on to it. Gets it off the boards. Holds on up top. Deflects over to the far side corner. Picked up by Marble. Marble trying to hit Krinklaw. Gets it just a little bit right at his feet. Comes behind his net to the near side. Back into green territory. Giants going after it behind their own net. Send it over to the far side. Elkins trying to get all of that one. Picked up by the Giants. Comes in front of their net. Over to the near. Back over. Center. Held on right at the blue line by Evans. Puck on the near side picked up by Evans. Evans going to take it back in the zone. He's looking to pass to Crinklaw. Little miscue, but grabs it at the blue line. Comes in front. Takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender to the near side. Back behind the net. Picked up by the Giants in the far side corner. Picked up top. Omaha kicks it back. Grabbed by the Giants. Takes it back over the blue line. Comes over to the near side. Behind the net to the far. Proof staying on him, as is Elkins. Penalty called. Omaha down to play. Killed. Evans out. Sever going to take drop. Quick drop, deflected to the far, picked up top by the Giants. Giants holding on. Send it back against the wall. Back up top center. Sever trying to check, getting some help in there as Thomas tried to get all of it. Back across. Omaha was almost had it at the blue line. They send it back. Picked up and dances. Edwards staying on him on the near side, on the wall. Send it back up top center again near. Got deflected. I think Edwards got a hold of his stick on that one. Thomas trying to get it off the boards. A flex. Omaha gets a clear. Shot right into the stomach of the goaltender. 1:26 left on the penalty. Drop again. Puck deflected. Picked up by the Giants. Brings it over neutral back into Omaha territory. Nope, check that. Giants take it to the far. Send it up top again. 1:14 left on the PK. A shot wide left. Comes over to the near side. Up top. Giants holding on. Pass to the wall near. Takes it by the Giants at red. Takes it across to the far. Back behind the Omaha net, comes over to the near. Edwards trying to get all of it, as is Pruce. Both defense. Sever goes in and gets a stick on it. Deflected, picked up by the Giants. Giants set. Miscue on that one. 40 seconds left on the PK. As Edwards going to... Omaha's going to get a change on this one. Westman, Marble, and Bianchetti on O. Puck on the far side, deflected as Marble stays on it, trying to get it cleared. And offside's called on. Left in the game. Omaha down by 2. Puck drop, comes over to the near side as Bianchetti was taking that one. Picked up by the Giants, comes over near. Samar trying to stay on him. Puck on the blue line by them. Ice Monster got him. Samar gets the clear. He's going to bring it into their territory. Going after it on the near side corner, takes it behind their own net. Pass it behind, trying to hit Bianchetti. Comes up top again. As Marble poke checks that one back into the wall. Marble gets it as it came high, grabbed it, takes a shot here into the corner. Westman gets it at the blue line. Omaha holding on to it now full strength. 6:24 left in the period. Puck to the far side. Picked up on the near side. Omaha trying to hold on to it in front. Pass deflected, had a man on him over to the far. Picked up by Marble. Back behind the net it goes. To get a hold of it on the near side. Comes over to the near side. They're going to bury that deep in Omaha territory. Lee Edwards, Crinklaw, Elkins, and Evans come in. Puck deflected over the near side corner. Back to the far of the Giants. Giants going to get a clear. Comes over the blue line. Stopped by Lee at the red line. Picked up by Elkins. He's going to bear that one deep and hit a couple of the players. 5:40 left in the game. Looks like they're going to go center ice on this one. Evans going to take drop. Claw and Elkins. Edwards and Lee. Evans on the near side. Comes over near. They're going to bury one onto the far side of Omaha. Into the corner. Lee going after it. 5:27 left. Giants coming over to the near side. Send it back up top. Hold on to it. Take a shot. Deflected. I think Crinklaw's skate got all of that one. And high sticking called on. I didn't see who that was. High sticking called on the Giants. 5:16 left in the game. Omaha trailing by 2. Evans going to take drop. Picked up by the Giants. Comes up near to Lee. Lee. Pass in front to the far side. Deflected. Somebody got all of that on their skate. Deflected again to Crinklaw. Crinklaw takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender. Picked up by Omaha again. Tries it. Deflected to the far corner. Takes a shot again. Goal. No. Check that. Goaltender got that one. Over to the near side. Omaha trying to hold on to it. Still on the near side corner. Pass in front of the net. Trying to deflect over to Elkins. Elkins gets it on the wall. He's going to try to send it at the goaltender. He's forced to cover that one. Stop a play called. 4:42 left in the period. Coming out, we're going to have Busher, Holder, Thomas, Westman, Bruce. Puck deflected to the far side corner. Pick on the near side. Omaha trying to get all of it. Deflected back over to the near of Omaha. Takes a shot. Deflected by Williams on the first one. Goes back behind the net. Deflected again. Grabbed by. Deflected by Williams over to the near side. 4:19 left in the game. Omaha trying to get a hold of it. Giants tried to take a shot. Deflected by. Takes a shot again, deflected by Williams. Bruce trying to get a clear. Westman trying to get it. Comes behind the net, picked up by the Giants. Getting a hold of it. He's going to get a clear. He's got Thomas on his right. Thomas taking it back into their zone. Comes in, takes a shot. .352 left in the Bianchetti, Simard, Severa, Westman. And Bruce out for Omaha. Puck back into Omaha territory. And icing called on the Giants. Back over to the Giants side. Bianchetti taking drop. Puck deflected back towards the net. Picked up by the Giants behind. Comes over the near. Simard trying to hold on to it. As it goes back. Picked up by Westman behind. Sails it across the boards. Picked up by them. Sends it back into the corner. Get it back. Gets it up top near side. At the blue line and a good poke check by Simard. Gets his own rebound. Hold on to it though as it goes behind the net. Picked up by the Giants. Giants trying to hold on to it as it goes to the far. Tries a shot deflected by Williams over the near. 3 minutes left in the period. Bruce lays a nice hit on one of the Giants. Comes over as Omaha trying to hold on to it. Grabbed by the Giants. Miscues on it. Sends it over to the back up top near. Takes a shot. As he did, great job by Samar to get in front of that one. Deflected as the Giants holding on. Takes a shot. Stopped by Williams and grabbed by Bruce. Puck was loose for a second there. Good job by Bruce to grab it. Samar gets the clear, and they're going to sail it back over. Grabbed by the Giants at neutral. Samar gets it over, trying to get that to Bruce. Couldn't quite connect. They're going to sail it high in Omaha territory across ice to far. Comes over to the near. It's Westman trying to get a clear again as Omaha sends it back. Grabbed by the Giants, and a poke check sends it over to the far. Tried to get a shot in as it goes behind the net. Omaha still trying to clear it. Should have been too many men on the ice on that one. Comes over to the near. Omaha trying the shot. Somebody lost the glove as it goes over to the far side. Bianchetti trying to stop it. By Elkins behind the net. Grabbed again by the Giants over to the far side. As Lee trying to stay in the far corner. Back behind the net it goes as Elkin trying to grab it. Send it back to Lee. Lee dancing with it a little bit. Holding on to it as Edwards steps. A little control of that one. Edwards grabs it at the blue line. Had a man on him. Omaha forced to reset. Brings it out of the zone. Grabbed by. Get back into their zone. Referee needing to get out of the way as he's on the wall. Still on the wall. Grabbed by Omaha. Takes it back to center ice. Elkins takes a shot high. Pile up behind the net as the Giants coming in for it. Trying to get a pass as Omaha now has an open net with 1:07 left and icing called on the Giants. .107 left, Omaha down by 2, open net. Giants on the far side. Omaha calls timeout. Talking to Coach Kinder about that. We got about 1:07 left. Really even game for the most part. +1 goalie. Doing fairly decent for such a junior Lancers. Busher, Lee. Smart. Edwards. Crinklaw. Oh, nope. Smart our corner. Crinklaw trying to step in to get it. Goes high. No change. Puck deflected up top, picked up by Crinklaw. Crinklaw takes a shot low, deflected. Goaltender covers 2. 58 seconds left. Goal! Omaha! 57 seconds. One. Score. It's Crinklaw. And it looks like they're going to bring Williams back out for the last 57 seconds of the game. Evans going to take the drop. Kicks it back to Edwards. Edwards going to push this one forward. Kicks one back behind the net. 53 seconds left. Back Goaltender trying to shovel that back out to the near side corner. Little pile up behind the net. Grabbed as Krinklaw takes a shot, deflected, goes behind the net, grabbed as, who's trying to get that? I can't quite see behind the dang glass as it's coming back over to Omaha territory. 35 seconds left. Deflected by Lee to the far corner. Edwards there to grab it. Edwards trying to kick it back out. Ice Monster got Busher on that one, but Krinklaw was there to get it. Comes over to the near. Omaha was trying to get a change in as he was trying to shovel that one back, and Williams was coming out. Open net, and they shoveled one back on that one. Not sure what happened on the pass. Omaha jersey as Williams was coming off for the open net, and passed it back, and inadvertently shoveled it back when they were trying to open the net. So down by 2. Puck dropped. Omaha trying to push that one forward. Picked up by the Giants in Omaha territory. 13 seconds left. Comes in, deflected by Williams. Comes over to the near side. Edwards was trying to get it as they pushed him into the wall. The Giants trying to keep going. Back over to the far side as Omaha shovels it back, and that should be the end of the game. And it is. End of the game, Omaha falls 4-2 against the Giants, the Green Giants of Minnesota. Though, as we were down by 1 for a while there, for a couple seconds, but little miscues. Hopefully clean it up, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. I believe we have an 8:30 game in the morning, so